What does it take to start a business in a new country?
Surrounded by new people, maybe a new culture and language, new challenges and barriers.
Starting from scratch can be daunting.
But it can also lead to great journeys and amazing successes.
Welcome back to Founders Drive, where we share the stories of entrepreneurs who don't fit the typical mold. I'm Megan Foster.
And I'm Arjun Banerjee. This season, our focus is on entrepreneurs who are new to Canada.
Newcomers face a lot of unique barriers. They have to reform their networks and navigate systems they're not familiar with.
It takes a lot of work to start a business amid all that change and uncertainty. In season 3 of Founders Drive, we'll explore the stories of 6 founders who have faced and overcome these challenges. But before we dive in, let's introduce the team.
Hi, I'm Ganga Rajesh. I'm a journalism and creative writing student from Durham College and Trent University.
And I'm Arjun Spence, and I was also a host for season 2.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel Chaga, an international business management student at Durham College. We will join you in future episodes. For now, enjoy listening to your hosts, Arjun and Megan.
Hi, I'm Arjun, and I study journalism at Durham College as an international student. This is my first season of Founders Drive, and it has been a pleasure knowing the amazing guests we have on board for you, our listeners.
I joined Founders Drive back in season 2, and it completely changed the way I think about entrepreneurship. This season, it's been great to see how the founders we spoke to are not only running businesses, but also bringing bits and pieces of their own cultures to Canada.
That's right. This year, we partnered with local community organizations to help share their members' stories. The Business Advisory Centre Durham and the Community Development Council Durham.
And we also partnered with Africa Comicade, an organization based in Africa that helps founders in that region.
Megan, you spoke with Victoria Guimares from CDCD. What did you learn from her?
So Victoria runs the Newcomer Women's Entrepreneurship Program at CDCD, and she has a lot of experience in this area because she's helped so many new immigrants get started with their businesses.
So I am the coordinator for the Newcomer Women's Entrepreneurship Program. This program has been running for 5 years now. I've been there for 3 years, and basically we work with immigrant women who are permanent residents, convention refugees, living caregivers, and Ukrainians, Afghans with the right to work in Canada. As long as you can open a business in Canada, you're eligible for the program.
She also started her own clothing business called Vic and Vintage, so it was really cool to hear how she's on her own entrepreneurship journey as well.
In 2020, actually, I started my own business. I used to sell, and now it's my side hustle, but I love thrifting, so I started selling my clothes online. And it became my business unexpected, even though I kind of want to do that, but it gave me a lot of experience as how to start a business and what would work.
Now, she runs her vintage clothing business as a side hustle, and she uses the things she learned to help her clients. A couple of the big things she talked about were the need for financial support, community, and the importance of things like workshops and business classes geared towards newcomers.
So we have cohorts. We have 5 cohorts throughout the year. It's a 1-month cohort with 6 workshops, and we teach them the basics of starting a business in Canada. So from writing a business plan to branding, social media, technology, finances, and also networking. Go through business registrations as well. That's a topic that they have most questions about. So we try to cover a little.
Going off what Victoria just said, did you know that immigrants are more likely than other groups to start businesses in Canada? A Statistics Canada study from 2019 found that immigrant-owned businesses have a higher rate of job creation than those of Canada-born owners. Immigrant-owned businesses pulled in 25% of net job creation, while representing 17% of all firms studied.
It's easy to see the economic contributions of immigrant entrepreneurs. They have a significant share in sectors like IT, dentistry and healthcare, services, hospitality, and transportation, especially trucking.
Yes, but with all this said, they have to overcome a lot of challenges as well. Another study from 2024 found that newcomer-founded firms report an increased sense of financial fragility.
And for newcomer founders working at a smaller level, their ability to take risks or to access funding might also be more restricted than someone who was born here.
So that's a broad overview of what it's like to be a newcomer founder in Canada right now. But each of the founders we interviewed had such a unique perspective.
And their own really cool stories. Should we introduce them?
Yes, let's do it. Today, we'll have a brief glimpse at the founders we interviewed, and we'll dive deeper into their stories over the rest of the season.
I spoke with Nida Atik, a marketing consultant based in Toronto. Nida moved here from India for work, and now she helps her clients grow their customer base by using her marketing skills.
I think some of the challenges people face, especially when they start their own business, is they put marketing in the back seat and focus on other things. And so they forget that it is very important that this is also an engine which helps your business a lot. And you need to focus on it and you need to be consistent. And you won't see results immediately. It might take a while.
I really loved her positive outlook on things. In our conversation, I got the sense that she sees every challenge as an opportunity, which I think is difficult to do, but definitely makes for a great entrepreneur.
Yeah, optimism can go a long way and can really help to keep you motivated.
Exactly. She seems like she can make the most out of every situation. Like when she told me about how she had to learn a ton of new skills when she started her own business.
I think when you're starting your own business, you have to learn not just what you're good at, but you have to learn the other areas as well. So there's other areas that I had, which I didn't like doing because I was in sales before. And so I didn't like doing sales, but you have to kind of do that because it's your own business. You have to get into operations, you have to get into people management, etc. And so I think it kind of teaches you each department.
That kind of determination was really inspiring to hear about.
And what I also took away is that being resourceful is just as important as the skills and experience you have. Nida also said that her father being an entrepreneur made her want to start off on her own too. Nida is tapping into what she brought with herself to a new country, and that's something great. I also sat down with Varsha Vohra, the owner of a vegan, all-natural beauty brand called Twara Naturals. Varsha came to Canada in 2022 to be with her family and started producing personal care products that are vegan and chemical-free.
She told us how and why she started her business and some of the difficulties along the way.
Okay. And when I first started with vegan lipsticks, that was the best part for me because I am a vegetarian and then there are no chemicals, again animal components. And then I started learning about the plant-based handcrafted organic soaps.
Her brand not only promotes safer cosmetics but also caters to the preferences of people from strictly vegetarian cultures.
The story shows why removing roadblocks and improving access matters.
So when I was told I'm not fit for it, I was very, very disappointed. Then something in you is there sometimes. Why not? That why not kept bugging me. Then again I asked in another center. So one should be, not lose confidence in her or himself.
Varsha has now been featured in Durham is More, a campaign in our region to promote local immigrant entrepreneurship.
Arjun, you and I spoke to our next two entrepreneurs together, Marcia and Cheryl Scoberg.
Yeah, that's right. Marcia is Cheryl's mom, and they both moved here from the UK when Cheryl was young.
It was so cool to hear how they both ended up on separate paths to the same end goal of owning their own businesses. Marcia sells baked goods, and Cheryl has her own counseling practice.
Cheryl was inspired by her mom to go into that field. Marcia is a social worker at her day job, and Cheryl said that's what made her want to study that too.
I've always had a passion for working with children and youth and helping individuals, just help them and guide them in the right direction, offer them a safe and supportive environment. My mom is also a social worker, kind of runs in the family.
I love how she's making her own path but also following in her mom's footsteps. Cheryl's mom is a social worker, while her brother and his wife are involved with children with special needs.
Yeah, that is really nice.
And Marcia's baked goods, I can't believe she can manage a business on top of a full-time day job.
It definitely can't be easy. She sounds like she puts a lot of heart into her baking too.
You're getting orders and you can do it because you've done it. So what's stopping you, from continuing on? So I think a lot of it is about finding the time to the effort to, sort of put myself out there.
She said she even gets orders from some of her coworkers.
Yeah, it's great that she's able to make a business out of something she loves. She even mentioned that she plans to keep baking after she retires.
That takes a lot of dedication.
Yep.
I wish we could have tried some of her cakes though. She said she makes all different kinds, including some that are associated with her Caribbean heritage.
When it comes to what we call the Jamaican black cake, I love that. I could eat that all day.
That sounds great and really yummy.
Right? I'm from the Caribbean myself, and I know black cake is a lot of work to get right. It's awesome that she's bringing it to the Canadian market.
I've never tried black cake, and I know I'm missing out. There's so much that goes into food beyond the recipe, doesn't it? And it's great to have people like Marcia sharing their love for it. Our final founder of this season is Oscar Michael. Oscar co-founded Africa Comic, which is an organization that helps to create a support system for African talent in gaming, animation, and digital storytelling.
Emmanuel will host an amazing episode with Oscar, where they discuss his vision of making sure that people from all areas of the industry get a chance to be seen, funded, and supported.
Starting from scratch in Nigeria, Oscar talks about the landscape for game development in Africa and how he realized that he was spending more time dealing with the problems of the ecosystem rather than actually creating games.
And another highlight from Oscar is what he calls strategic relocation, leaving home to come back stronger, gathering the resources, skills, and connections that bring out the best from the talent they already have. Throughout all of our interviews with these founders, there are some common themes that keep coming up.
Themes of identity, community, financial challenges, legitimacy, and personal fulfillment.
In the next few episodes, we'll explore each of these themes in more depth and hear more from our founders.
But for now, this is all for episode 1. Thanks so much for listening to Founders Drive.
See you in the next episode.